welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my fall book haul. As I mentioned in my last book haul, which was my summer book haul, I don't plan to do this very often just because I don't buy that many books. So for now I'm doing them like every 3 months or so, and that has worked out pretty well so far, I think. So this is the fall book haul, which basically means the books I've acquired since the last time I did a book haul, which was at the end of August. So most of these I have acquired in September, October and in November. And I think there's one that I got in the very end of August, right after I did my last book haul. I don't plan on talking too much about these books just because I don't typically know too much about the books that I buy. I typically buy them based on recommendations and because they are written by authors that I've enjoyed in the past, and not too much based on synopsis actually. So I'm not going to talk too much about this. But yeah, let's just begin with the book that I got in the very end of August because it's one that I've already read. And that is Felix Ever After by Kacen Callender. So this book is about Felix. He is a trans boy. And one day at his school, someone has put up a gallery of like his old Instagram photos from before he transitioned, and they have posted his old name. And he is very hurt by this, and he sets out to figure out who did this and to basically get revenge on that person. So that's like the premise of this book, but there's also a lot more in this book that I really loved. There are great relationships, there are great characters. It's a bit of a messy journey, but all the more rewarding in the end, I guess. And there's also a romance that I personally really enjoyed. So I've already read this one. I really enjoyed it. And then I have another book that I really hope to read pretty soon, and that is Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. This book, what I know about it is that it's basically about a trans boy who accidentally summons a ghost, I think. And I think there's a romance in here, and just the premise sounds really good. I was hoping to read it this fall. I haven't gotten to it yet, so I guess we'll see when that happens, but I'm very excited about this one. I also have actually, I basically have this signed sticker, and I have like these character cards. I don't know who these people are yet. Basically I signed up for this like pre-order campaign that the author did. If you pre-order the book, you could basically sign up to get some extra goodies, I guess. So I got these things sent in the mail. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to figure out who these people are, and obviously to read this book. Then I have another book that I'm very excited about, and that is I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman. And this is pretty much the only Alice Oseman book that I haven't read at this point. I have also her 2 novellas that she's published I also haven't read, but this is the only like full-length book of hers that I haven't read. So I think what I know about this book is it's about a young girl who is a huge fan of this band called The Ark. And I think it's also about one of the members in that band, and I think the 2 of them meet at some point, but I also know it's not a romance between the 2 of them, at least as far as I know. So I just am very excited about this. Alice Oseman typically writes stories with a very diverse cast of characters, and stories that are sort of a bit untypical for YA, which is why I love her books. So I can't wait to get into this one, and I hope it will be as good as her other books. Also, I hope you can't hear the music in the background because my neighbor for the last week or so has been playing music very loud. And he's basically playing the same songs over and over again. So it's getting a little bit annoying, but I hope you can't hear it on camera. Anyway, the next book I'm going to mention is Before the Devil Breaks You by Libba Bray, which is the 3rd book in the Diviner series. And I'm currently reading the 2nd book in the series, which was why I figured I'd buy the 3rd one, so I had it ready to go for when for when I'm going to read this, which hopefully will be quite soon. So this is a paranormal mystery type of YA series. It's set in the 1920s. What I like about the series is that it has a very diverse cast of characters. I like that it's very atmospheric. I like the sort of... it's set in New York City, and I feel like you sort of get a really good glimpse of what it was like to live in New York at that time, which I really enjoy. But yeah, I'm excited to get to this book at some point. And then we have another book that I have already read, and that's Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I read this book, I think, a couple of years ago, but I got it from the library at that time. So, and I know that I want to continue this series at some point, so I figured I might as well buy the book, because I do want to reread this before I continue with the rest of the series. So this is an adult fantasy series. It's about a young boy named Fitz, and in this book he's basically, we basically follow him as he grows up. And I think I've mentioned in another video that I didn't actually love this first book. I thought it was a little bit dense and slow, but I hear so many good things about this series as a whole that I really want to get into it, and I kind of hope that as I read the as I get further into the series, that I might enjoy it more. That seems to be like what most people do anyway. So I wanted to own this book, so I got it. And at some point I will reread it. It probably won't happen anytime soon, because I'm prioritizing other series right now. But at one point I will reread this book, and I will continue the series as well. And then we have another book that I bought because I have the first book in this series. So this is Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I already have the first book, which is Strange the Dreamer. And this is a duology, so it basically means I own the whole series. I don't know much about this one either. I know it's about, I think, a lost city. The reason I want to read this series is basically because I really enjoyed Laini Taylor's other series, Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I really loved her writing. So I'm excited to get into this one, because I feel like this one has been even more popular and loved. But yeah, this is a series that I think I'll really enjoy, so it's basically just a matter of when I have time and when I get around to it, basically. And then I have 3 books that are in the same series, and it's a series that I don't know anything about. I just know that I really want to read it, and that is, oh my god, I have the 3 books in the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. I figured I might as well just get all 3. So I have here The Hero of Ages. No, that's book 3. First book, The Final Empire, The Well of Ascension, and The Hero of Ages. And these are big, but I mean, I've mentioned it so many times. I mean to get into Brandon Sanderson's series. Hopefully 2021 will be the year. I have started a little bit. I've read Skyward by him recently, but that's a YA sci-fi, and I'm more excited about his adult fantasy books. So I bought this whole series just to sort of be ready to get into his universe. And then I also bought this one, which is Arcanum Unbounded, which is a collection of 9 works, it says, so novellas, I think. And as I understand this, I think it's like different short stories set in his like different series. So I figured this one might be a good one to have for when I'm starting to read his series, so that I can read these short stories as well. So yeah. Oh, there's like comic book style in here. So I guess with this one, I guess I'll read the different stories at different times, basically when they fit into the series I'm reading. But yeah, I figured this one was just a good one to have, so when I saw it, I just grabbed it. So that was the 10 books that I have acquired since August. It's basically fantasy and some YA stuff, and also a lot of series, and series that I mean to continue and series that I mean to start. I mean, like you already know, I have a lot of series I want to read, and I basically want to read them all in 2021, and I probably won't have time for all of them, but maybe some. So I think that's going to be the end of this video. Let me know if you read any of these books and what you thought about them. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon for another video. Bye!